Hey there, me again. I wanted to give you a quick little tour of some of the library databases and just to make sure that everybody knows how to get to them and kind of how to use them. So you'll want to start with CougarWeb. You'll log into CougarWeb. And it should look something like this, perhaps a little different. But you're basically just going to go into the library tab. And everything that you need should be right here. If you are near a campus or you can make your way to a campus, you're welcome to use the library catalog. This search box here will only pull up data for sources that the library has in hard copy at one of our campuses. So I've had students before get really frustrated that they couldn't find enough sources, and it was because all they were doing was clicking here and typing in their search terms. But this is just, scratching the surface of all of the resources available to you through our library. So if you are a hard copy kind of person and you really like to go and look at books in particular, although we have all sorts of other resources as well, you're welcome to use the library catalog. But for those of you who don't have access to a campus, I wanted to show you around some other areas as well. You do have to have a book or a chapter from a book for the annotated bibliography. However, you are welcome to use an ebook. So let's take a quick look at these. We have several ebook databases, and the one that you're going to want to use is just going to depend on your topic. But if you look at each of these entries, they kind of tell you exactly, and this use for history, humanities. So the best thing to do would be to find one that has your topic or the area that your topic would fit into best, and of course just use that one. They all kind of work, all of the databases, books and otherwise, tend to work in a very similar fashion. So you basically would just start here and type in whatever your topic is. I'll just do sleep disorders. And see, they sometimes will give you some suggestions. So maybe we'll look at treatment. Search. A 100 results. Pretty good. So if you find something that you want to look at, all you have to do is click ebook full text. You can also look at the table of contents to help. That's really helpful as far as narrowing down and making sure that you're choosing the right books. You can go in and look at the table of contents before you even open the book and get a better idea of what the book actually contains. And to navigate, you can scroll down and use all of this and type in the page numbers here, kind of similar to the way our ebook works if you've worked with that at all. And you should also have a table of contents over here that allows you to jump from one chapter to the next. Right. Fairly simple. So that's the ebook. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to bore you, but ebook databases are pretty fantastic. And then mostly what you're going to be looking through, I would imagine, is going to be the articles. And much like the ebooks, you'll want to kind of use an appropriate database based on your topic. Now, the library, they've helped you with that by including this information here. This database is by subject and format. They also have a shortcut to the ebooks here. But if you know that your topic is going to be discussed in publications that cover medicine, nursing, dental, and health, then you could go here, and it says here, these are the databases you want to use, right? So you can use, as you can see, we've got plenty. So that would be a really good starting point. Some of this is just doing the legwork. If you've not worked with the databases before, just kind of getting in there and looking around and seeing how things work and how things are organized. But I do think the library has done a really good job of making them very accessible to people who aren't accustomed to working with these types of databases. So I will show you this one first. This is a really good sort of general database. It covers all sorts of stuff, and you get a lot of different types of sources from it. This covers peer-reviewed journals and magazines, and a lot of them are full text. Now, most of them, the searches are going to work kind of in the same way. So I'll do sleep disorders treatment again, see what pops up. Now, what you want to do, you can just go search, and it's going to pull up all kinds of stuff. Yeah, some 6,000 results, a bit more than I was really looking for, right, if I'm researching that topic. So what you can do, uh-oh, I think I confused it. Is modify your search a little bit. And the best way to do that, first of all, would be to do full text. This will ensure that it only pulls up articles that you can access the full text for online. You can also, if you're looking specifically for that journal article that you have to have for the annotated bibliography, limit your results to just scholarly journal articles. You can sort by date, publication type. You can say, oh, I need that newspaper article, right? Document type, etc. So you can kind of play with this a little bit. But even just going to full text and scholarly journals, that should bring it down some. Still pretty high number. You can add phrases to this if you have kind of a more specific topic. This is just something I thought up as an example. But got a pretty good idea of how this works, I think. So once you're here, I do want to mention to try, if something says you only have the linked full text, that's okay. Sorry, my connection's a little bit slow. And all that means is that it's kind of been turned into a web document. And that's fine. If you have something that gives you the option of the PDF full text, you always want to go with the PDF full text, because it's an exact replica of the actual source, and therefore it's generally deemed to be more accurate. And plus you get page numbers, and page numbers are handy for those parenthetical citations. Sorry, my internet is so slow, guys. I am at work, you know. But anyway, I guess while that's loading, we'll do something else. So that's essentially how it works. This is powered by EBSCOhost, and I know that EBSCOhost databases allow you to put things in folders, and I'm looking for that information right now. I don't know if I have that. Oh, well, duh, here. You can add to folder, and it'll put everything kind of aside for you. And then if you click go to folder view, you can go from here to print things, to access them, just to kind of keep up with them all. And you can email them to yourself, you can save them as a file. It will at some point prompt you to sign in to EBSCOhost. So if you want to keep this folder active for more than one sitting, you'll want to create an account. It doesn't cost anything, but if you create an account, it will keep all of this stuff for you indefinitely. And I'd really recommend doing that while you're looking for sources for Essay 2, because then you can refer back to them really easily for Essay 3 if you need them. My PDF is loaded. So here you can print, you can email. I have a lot of different options here. You can download a copy. It's just very slow to navigate. Sorry, guys. So without going into too much detail about how the databases work, I think this is a good example, and it's a good starting point, like I said, because it does have just a lot of information and a lot of different types of sources. But it's also a good example of just how the databases work in general. Most of them will have the same features, even though they might look a little bit different. So again, all you have to do to get to these sources is log into your Cougar Web and go to the library tab, and it's all right here. They also do have some tutorials. They're mostly not like video or audio tutorials, but sort of almost like a handout, with Well, here, let's look. Sorry, I wasn't going to do this. I apologize, guys. I tend to do these tutorials a little late in the day because it's the only time that my office is quiet enough for me to feel comfortable trying to talk like this. So if I seem a little giddy or distracted, it's just because I'm tired and it's late. I do want to give a shout out real quick to our librarians. They're awesome. So if you are near a library, make use of them. I believe they still do something where they will allow you to set up an appointment and they will actually help you do your research. They'll help you find sources and things like that. But they're really good people. And John is really good, John Leonard. He's very good about replying to emails and helping online students, distance education students in particular, with any problems that they encounter. So here's an example of the tutorials that they're referring to, I think. See, they're kind of like little handouts. So some search tips, links to the databases. You can look for a specific journal to see if we even have that journal and what database it might be in. So these might be worth perusing a little bit as well. But again, it's all right here in the library tab in the middle. This actually, it works pretty well if you're just looking for something very quickly. But I think for our purposes, you're probably going to want to start here. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop now because apparently I'm tired. So I hope this is helpful. If you have questions about the library databases or how to access any of this information, feel free to drop me a line, and if I can't answer your question, I can try to redirect it to a librarian who can. So I hope this is helpful, and I think I'm going to go home and go to bed.